Hi Cancer, welcome to your August 2019 Astrology 33 bonus love reading. Thank you to those of you who've liked, viewed, shared, subscribed, donated to the channel. I appreciate all of that. And for those of you who'd like to book a personal reading with me, follow me on Instagram or donate to the channel. Just check out the description of the video for all that information. And for those of you who are normally watching my regular videos, you might notice that for one, there's a different spread on the table and then also different tarot cards, so we'll just cover that real quick before we get into it. On the left side, we have the Lover's Path Tarot, and on the right side, we have the Tarot of Sexual Magic. And then the name of the spread, I call this spread Bridging the Gap. The way it works is the cards on this side would represent your energy towards the connection with your main love interest. This would represent their energy toward the connection. And then these are the past energies, present energies, future energies. And after we get through the main spread, we pull some oracle cards for some additional insight. That's where the bridging the gap dynamic comes into play. All right, so with that out of the way, let's get started with your main spread. In the past position on your side, we have the Two of Cups. So that's actually a Cancer card for one. It represents the first 10 degrees of Cancer. So this could just be saying that you might have made a love offer to someone in the last week of June, possibly, right ahead of that eclipse in your sign. And what stands out to me with this particular Two of Cups versus the others is if you look at the artwork there, that cup on the side of the male energy is actually knocked over. So that's something that always stands out to me. And then if you just look at the environment too, it looks like they've gone through a storm, looks like there's a lightning bolt in the background. So this could have been, getting off to a rocky start to begin with. This could have been someone that came back into your life that maybe you guys had some, iffy, some iffy situations with in the past. But what stands out to me, though, with this card more than anything is always the fact that that one cup is knocked over. So it could be one of those things where people might try to get something off the ground with someone, but is that person necessarily ready? I'm getting more of a vibe that that would be the other person more so than you, whether you're masculine or feminine energy, but that's definitely the overall vibe that I'm getting from this is, there might have been an attempt at a love offer in the past, and maybe it just didn't get off the ground very well. That could be another way it's playing out too. Past energy on their side, we have the Nine of Swords. So this is part of the reason why I say, I view it more as the masculine energy on your side with the cup knocked over is probably this person's energy. Just because the Nine of Swords energy is an energy about being trapped in your head, having a lot of anxiety, losing sleep over your thoughts, basically. If you think about the Rider-Waite artwork, for example, the guy's sitting up in bed and there's 9 swords on the wall, but you would think they were in his back from the way you were reacting to it. And then what stands out to me with the artwork with this card is that black cat. So this is someone that might just feel like they have bad luck and when it comes to their love lives, So, okay, maybe you extend an offer to this person, but it really might have just given them a lot of anxiety because, they might have still had unresolved issues from a past relationship that they hadn't really put behind them. In the present energy, this is interesting. We have the Seven of Arrows. So, normally this is a card of deception. It can represent cheating as well. But to be fair, like I said, in a way, I almost feel like this didn't even really get off the ground very well, if it did at all, in the past. So, I had to look at this a few different ways. For one, this is an Aquarius energy. Alright, and Aquarius is the natural ruler of the 11th house. So what that made me think of is you might have just settled for the time being, like, okay, let's just make this a friends with benefits thing, right? Maybe they'll warm up to the idea of a relationship with time. That's really the main vibe that I'm getting there, because if you look at her face too, she looks pretty disappointed, It's like, alright, she's walking away with those arrows and everything, but she just doesn't seem too happy with the situation, basically, for lack of a better way of saying it. Whereas if we think of the Seven of Swords in the Rider-Waite, the person definitely looks like they're happy to be getting away with those swords, So, to me, that could just represent a bit of settling on your part. And especially because with this being an Aquarius energy, Aquarius is your 8th house too, which points to sex matters. So between that, the 8th and 11th house connection, that's definitely what I'm feeling. You were like, okay, well, maybe they're not ready yet. I'll try to keep it as a friends with benefits thing, right? And see if it goes anywhere. You just might be getting a bit frustrated in the present because you feel like, okay, well, you might just feel like each of those arrows represents a time where you made the effort and you're like, okay, is this ever going to get off the ground? Is it going to, just stay in this cycle forever? That's the main vibe I'm getting. For some of you, it might just be because of the frustration rather with trying to get it off the ground with this person. Maybe you are just, seeking casual connections elsewhere, but you're still not necessarily happy with those either because this is still the person you want. But obviously, they're not on the same page currently anyway. In the present position on their side, we have the Two of Swords. So, this is another energy of being trapped in your head, a bit indecisive. And, like I said, I feel like it's just this person is just really trapped in their head. They're not sure about what they want. I don't even really get like a player vibe from them or anything, So, as far as if you're starting to feel like, oh, well, maybe they just want me for sex, right? And they purposely kind of directed it towards a friends with benefits thing, I'm not really getting that vibe. I just really feel like they're stuck in their heads right now. Like I said, with that cup knocked over, it could just be that there's still something from their past that they haven't really healed from yet. And that could be the primary issue going on right now. Now, whether you want to continue to deal with that is obviously going to be your choice, but that's definitely just the main vibe that I'm picking up in this situation. The future energy on your side is the Queen of Coins. So this is actually a court card for Capricorn, which is your opposite sign. And we did have an eclipse there. Recording this about a week after the eclipse in Capricorn, so it could just be saying that, maybe through that might have really made you reevaluate how you were viewing the connection. And now this could just be saying with that Capricorn energy that you're not settling for less. You're like, all right, well, this is what I want, you know what I mean? And you're like, that's what it needs to be. I'm looking for something serious, you know what I mean? Like you might actually communicate this to this person and say, well, this is where I'm at right now, so take it or leave it, kind of, you know what I mean? And then the future energy on their side is the Two of Pentacles. So you could again say that this is a bit of indecisive energy. But what I will say though, taken in context with the other two cards, they moved out of that sword energy into a Pentacles energy, which is a more stable energy. This is also a Capricorn energy. So what I see here more than anything, because if you look at their the artwork as well, the guy like has one hand on her, and it looks like he's a little bit shy about truly putting his hands on her. He has the one, and it's like he's reluctant to put the second hand on her. To me, more so than just saying that this is someone juggling, I would say that this is really more someone who's slowly warming up to the idea of actually building something serious with you. That's the primary vibe that I'm getting there. It's like, okay, they're stepping into that pentacle energy with you, you know what I mean? It is a Capricorn energy, just like you're in a Capricorn energy. Obviously, it's not nearly at the level you're at, which, like I said, you're at Queen of Coins and they're at Two of Pentacles, so there's still a gap there, but at least it seems like someone who's just really slowly warming up to the idea of the connection being something serious. So, at least there's progress. It might not be at the rate you're hoping for, but, it's something. And then at the bottom of the deck on their side, they have the Moon card. So again, to me, that points to still being, confused and unsure about which way to go. So like I said, I do feel like they're coming out of that energy as the month goes along, but this definitely seems to be the overlying theme for them. And then contrast that with your energy at the bottom of the deck, you have the Ace of Staves. So that, that just shows me that the two of you are all on different pages as far as, you're definitely ready to take action, get things going. Maybe even just, like I said, you're in that sexual energy right now because you're going to have that full moon in your 8th house this month. And, that could be the primary way that you're trying to push things forward. But like I said, it seems like they're just really trapped in their head, even in the present. And maybe, somewhere down the line, they will start to warm up to the idea of something serious with you. But, just might need to be a little patient. So whether you think you can hang in there for that or not it's up to you, obviously. But we'll see if we can get some additional messages. So first, I'm going to try to pull some cards from the Mystic Moon Oracle deck. And I did shuffle the deck before we started recording, but what I like to do with this spread is I actually like to look through the main cards first and then pull the Oracle cards after to see if we get any additional insight. And what I'll be looking for here is any unspoken messages from you toward them first, and then I'll look for unspoken messages from them toward you. And I like to get a jumper with this deck, so if I shuffle for a while and don't get anything, I'll take that as a sign and we'll keep it moving. But I'm not going to pull a card from the top of the deck or just pull a random one. I'm looking for jumpers only here, so we'll see if we get anything. Like I said, we'll shuffle for a bit and see if there's any unspoken messages from you to them. Alright, nothing really come up there, so now we'll try and see if there's any unspoken messages from them toward you. In theory, there should be. It seems like they're definitely the ones who are trapped in their heads in this connection, but let's see if anything comes up. Oh. Alright. We got I can still feel you. So I don't know if that would mean that there was some kind of separation between the two of you. Like I was saying with that Two of Cups in the past, and like I was saying with the stormy waters there, it could just be a situation that maybe this was something that had a rocky start in the past. It might have even, like I was saying, for some of you, it could have been at the very start of Cancer season, but for some of you, it might have gone even further back than that. And maybe you've been trying to get things back off the ground with this person. And, maybe there's still some unresolved hurt there, whether it be from the previous connection between the two of you or just something else that they're dealing with. And it could just be like, they're really reluctant to take things to that next level, but at the same time, they do feel the connection. It's just really getting them out of their head and actually ready to move towards something, really, especially, like I said, with the moon. And then these two of air cards of all air energies are definitely like a trapped in your head type energy. And the Eight of Swords, I guess, would be another one, but yeah. Alright, and now we'll pull a card from the not the Mystic Moon, excuse me, the Wisdom of the Oracle deck. This is one of the Oracle decks that I use in the regular readings as well, if you're used to those. So we'll just pull one card here for some final messages and wrap up. Oh, got one. Hold on. A fork in the road. So Aquarius actually got that same card too. So I mean, ironically, the two air energies here are Gemini and Libra technically, but she definitely could be dealing with an Aquarius. And then if that's the case too, this might even represent your energy on this side, since we do have the moon at the bottom of the deck here too. And then this could be their energy with the Aquarius card there. So if that's how it plays out for you, definitely trust that. But there's the card, fork in the road. There's the artwork, and the number is 13. All right, let me read this. It says, time to make a decision, considering the consequences as you prepare to act, owning up to your obligation to make a necessary choice. Honestly, that already sounds more like this energy, to be fair, but we'll see. The Oracle's message: every choice has a consequence. You've arrived at a fork in the road and are being asked to come to a decision. Will you further your dreams by choosing left or by choosing right? Will you take the road less traveled or the one well worn by others who have come before you? This is your choice and yours alone to make. Circumstances and other people will not make it for you. Be present and do not avoid this junction, for it is an important crossroads. Take heart, as no matter which path you choose, you will have a rich and meaningful experience. Alright, so let's read the relationship message next. It says, you've reached a moment of truth and evolution of your relationship. Which will you choose? To open up to the possibility of love, or to remain isolated, to go deeper and commit to mutual passion, or to walk away? This is a time to take responsibility for your truest desire and follow it. Be honest with yourself about what you're willing to do, invest, and give. Then choose. You cannot make a wrong choice. If you move forward with a relationship, know that it will be based in truth and authenticity. You will have made a conscious decision rather than simply hanging on because you don't want to be alone, or ending things because you're afraid of the intensity of genuine connection. All roads lead to the lessons you must learn in your relationships. Regardless of the decision you make, it will place you on the path to a truer experience of the heart. So, like I said, the funny thing is it does seem to resonate with the spread, but I really truly feel like this would be a way more beneficial message for the person on this side. So, again, like I said, for some of you, maybe this is your side since we have the moon card there and we have the Aquarius energy there and they got that card as well. But yeah, hopefully you guys got something from that either way. We'll wrap up there and I'll see you all next month. All right, bye.